Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sarah in the Universe for another episode, for episode 6 of In the Universe. Guys, I am so excited. We have some really exciting topics to talk about today, so I want to thank you guys for joining me for yet another episode of In the Universe. First of all, I want to say, guys, I got an amazing opportunity to attend the movie premiere of Abigail. I did a whole video on that. It was such an amazing experience. I just want to thank all of you who checked out that video, and just thank you so much for checking out that video. And if you guys haven't already, if you'd like to, I'd really appreciate it. And I hope you guys got to check out Abigail this weekend. It was such a great film. So I just wanted to start off on that note. But guys, let's get into the episode. I hope you guys have had a great weekend. We have some really exciting topics. And I first want to start out with my favorite show, The Boys. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. So Amazon this week dropped, if you couldn't tell from the thumbnail of the video, a new look at some character portraits for season 4 of The Boys, and I'm so excited. Let's get started, okay? So, and then also get into, they announced that they're going to be at a convention, I believe, in Mexico. So I will get into that information after we go through the character portraits. Okay, but let's get started with my favorite character, Homelander, played by the amazing Anthony Starr. Guys, I don't know if I've mentioned it on here as yet. I'm not in the universe, but I actually last year went to a convention, Comic Palooza in Houston last year, and I got to meet Anthony, Aaron Moriarty, and Jack Quaid, and they were all so nice. Like, they were just the best, guys. Like, Anthony, nowhere like Homelander. He is just the nicest guy. I love him. I mean, I could do a whole video on that if you guys want me to. I think that'd be really fun, especially with all the excitement of, The Boys season 4 coming out. But anyway, okay, enough about me, right? Guys, like, Anthony as Homelander, he is just one of, like, I think one of the greatest villains we've seen, like in general, like not even just in like streaming or like a show, but just in general out of Hollywood. He's so good at playing this character. Like, one of the reasons, like, I got into The Boys like a little bit late, and one of the reasons why I got into the show was because I saw all of like the Homelander memes all taking off all over social media. All the funny reactions and the things he says. I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta check out this show. Like, this looks so funny. And so I just think it's so crazy. Like, I mean, obviously the show is like so funny and crazy, but all of like the Homelander reactions, there's like a Homelander reaction that works with like everything in the world, and it's just so funny. And I am like so excited to see what goes on with Homelander's character. Obviously there's gonna be like a trial going on and all this stuff, and I'm so excited. But yeah, this just got me so excited. I love Anthony Starr. I love him in this role. I cannot wait to see where this goes this season. Okay, so that was for Homelander. Oh my god, the Deep. Chase Crawford as the Deep. Guys, he is like such an interesting character. I mean, I still can't get over what, he did to Starlight in that first episode. I'm like, you are so bad. Like, and it's just so like different, it's just so crazy, like seeing him, if you watched him in Gossip Girl, and I'm like, oh my god, Nate Archibald, what happened to you? But oh my god, Chase is so great at playing this character. I don't know what the Deep's gonna do. It's really interesting how I think he does a lot to get on Homelander's good side, but I wonder if there's going to be anything to turn him against Homelander. I think that's going to be really interesting, and I wonder if we're going to see that in season 4. Let's see what the Deep gets into in season 4, okay? Oh, yes, okay, so, whoops. All right, Victoria Newman, oh my gosh, so we know that obviously she has some election of some kind going on in season 4, and if we remember what, she was in Gen V, and we saw that she took that, what was it, like the, what was it now? Gosh, now I should know, I should have my facts. So even though in Gen V how they had that thing, what was it, to, get rid of all the soups, and then she's like, oh, I'll take care of this, but, so I wonder what she's gonna be. She even has that like pose of like, whoops, hold on, look at her. She's like, I know something you don't, and her like power is just so crazy, like maybe making people's heads like combust, like that is just so insane. And I guess she's gonna be like teaming, I don't know, she's gonna be like teaming up with Homelander, because you know the first like promo they released was like her with Homelander, and they're like at some kind of rally or of some sort. So it's gonna be really interesting to see, like, are they, you know, gonna team up to be like actual partners, or are they gonna be kind of like, you know, I'm still keeping my eye on you, you know, I don't know, I don't trust you, but we'll work together because there's some, so maybe she's gonna help like Homelander's trial or something. She's like, oh, I could get you, you know, off or whatever. I don't know. I think it's gonna be crazy. I think it's gonna be crazy, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited about that. Okay. Where's the other ones? Oh, okay. Let's get into my girl, Starlight Annie January, played by the amazing Erin Moriarty, who, by the way, like I said, I got to meet her last year. I actually met her twice last year. I met her in Houston at Compalooza, and then I met her at LA Comic Con, and she actually remembered me. Like, I walked up for my photo op, and she's like, hey, it's you. And I honestly, I didn't expect that, so I was just taken aback. Like, Erin is just like the sweetest person. She's so beautiful. I cannot believe she remembered me. I'm sorry I had to like bring myself into this, but I just wanted to say like how nice like the cast is and how nice she was, and it was just so cool that she like remembered me. And I just love her as Starlight. I'm so excited to see where her character goes in season 4. I mean, obviously she's like ditched that whole Starlight thing, and she's just gonna be, you know, with Butcher and the gang now. And oh my gosh, can we just talk about how beautiful she looks here? First of all, the hair is giving. I love her like jewelry, this leather blazer. Oh my god, girl, she is like giving me everything. And oh my god, I'm just so excited to see like what goes on, because obviously, I mean, she's a huge asset to Butcher and the crew. Like she, you know, she has a lot of, you know, she's been a soup in the Seven, so you know she probably has all this, knows what you know, all that stuff going on. And so I can't wait to see what they do. I'm sure it's gonna be crazy. I'm sure Homelander is going to be really pissed. It's just gonna be insane, but I love my girl right here. I am so excited to see what happens. I can't wait. And oh my gosh, I just can't wait. I can't wait. So yeah, there's Annie. And then yes, okay, I've also Karen Fukuhara, who plays the badass Kimiko. I met her too. I met her at LA Comic. Well, actually, yeah, I met her at LA Comic Con last year, but I met her at the LA Comic Con before that too. She is so sweet. So everyone in this cast is so sweet and so nice. But she is unbelievably badass as Kimiko. Like, she is so amazing. I love her. I think she's so like just funny and adorable, and I love her. And I can't honestly wait to see more scenes with her, between her and Annie, you know, like her and Aaron. And I think it'd be so cute. I just, you know, I love seeing, you know, obviously the show The Boys, but I love when the girls like, you know, team up and like do their thing too. And I just can't wait for that. Like, I can't wait to see what they get into. And I am also super scared for season 4. I mean, I hope that we don't lose anybody, if you know what I mean. That would literally just make me so sad. I don't want to lose. Okay, we lose like the bad. I don't even want to see, like, as evil as Homelander is, I don't want to see him go yet, just because it's just so fun to watch him. But he's so evil, I know. But it's like, oh, it sucks when your favorite characters are gone, you know? So I don't know, but I'm so excited to see what more comes from Kimiko this season. And I think that was all the portraits to get into. Yeah, I think that was all the portraits they released. But let's get into the information that they released about the upcoming convention, where they're going to be talking more about season 4. And I think they're going to be, I don't know if they announced it, but I'm pretty sure they're going to debut, you know, the main trailer, because the last one we got was like a teaser that came out in December. So we're long overdue, especially with the season 4 dropping on June 13th. So we are very close to that. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. Newman and Homelander. This was the first poster they dropped for season 4. And they're definitely like, we are best friends now. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so interesting, right? Okay, yeah, so they dropped, the boys' official account dropped this image, and they said, well, would you, by the way, shout out to the boys TV social media accounts. I love you guys. You guys are so funny, and you guys gotta go follow them. They're just the best. Okay, so they said, well, would you look, I guess just imagine this being read in like Butcher's accent. I can't do it. Would you look at who's making their way down to CCXP Mexico on May 3rd? So there's a convention going on in Mexico, CCXP, and on May 3rd, I'm pretty sure the cast is gonna be there. I know they already announced that Anthony was going, and I'm pretty sure like all of them are, I'm guessing, to go and talk about season 4. And I'm hoping to drop a season 4, like the main trailer. Even though I always say this with trailers, I don't want too much to get spoiled because I just want to experience everything and not, have everything like just know what's coming. But I'm excited to see. I'm just excited to see the cast, promoting it again and doing panels and stuff. I cannot wait to see it. Obviously, we're going to be covering it on this. I mean, I don't know if maybe I'll make this like a separate, I think, well, if they drop the trailer, that's going to be its own video. So I'll be, giving my review on that, and that will just be its own thing. So, I can't wait for that. Also, Eric Kripke, he, on April 9th, yeah, he said, as of today, I think I forgot to mention this on Past in the Universe. I don't know how I did, but he said, as of today, The Boys Season 4 is completely, totally, absolutely done. I'm really grateful and so proud of this cast and crew. Could be our best yet. Can't wait to unleash it on the world coming June 13th. So it's like pretty much done, but I think all they have to do, he was saying, was like dub it in all the languages for the different countries. But other than that, it's pretty much done. I am so excited, guys. I'm going to be covering every single episode of The Boys Season 4 on here, reviewing it. It's going to be its own thing, and I'm so excited. This is like my new favorite show. I love the cast. I love the characters. I love everything about this show. It is so good. And let me know how excited you guys are for The Boys Season 4. I can't wait. I think it's going to be absolutely insane. And I'm so excited for it, guys. Like, I can't wait. Okay, so I think that's all I wanted to talk about for The Boys Season 4, but if more information comes out about that, obviously we'll be talking about it on here, and I will be covering the trailer, whatever else drops on here. All right, super excited about that, guys. Let's move into our second topic. Okay, so really exciting news. Actually, you know what? Before I get into it, I feel like I have to talk about this. I wanted to talk about something that's going on at Universal Studios, but I saw that last night. Some very just crazy news dropped where a tram crashed during one of Universal Studios' Hollywood's most famous studio tours, with 15 parkgoers being transported to local hospitals. Okay, that is like absolutely horrific. If you guys don't know, and I haven't talked about this yet on here, but Universal is celebrating, I believe, 60 years of the studio tour. Right, yeah, I think that's what it is. And so they've redone like the trams to look what they first looked like when Universal first opened. And I don't know if we got all the details yet. If that was one of the newer trams that unfortunately had the accident, but that is absolutely horrific. I hope that everyone involved is okay, that it's not any major injuries, but this is awful, and this is not the best look for Universal. Of course, accidents happen, but I think they were going to be celebrating that anniversary like coming up this week of launching that new tour. So I don't know if that's still going to happen, or if they're going to I think they're going to probably need to take some time to go back and look at these mechanics of these newer trams and make sure it's safe, because the last thing we would want is for another accident to happen. This is already pretty horrific. So it just really, thoughts and prayers to everyone who was involved in this just horrific accident. It's very scary. I love doing the studio tour. I was just thinking to myself, with some news I'm going to talk about after this, really excited to get back to Universal, but with a story like this coming out, I mean, it's a little bit of a scary thought. Of course, accidents can happen anywhere, but just hope everyone's okay. I'm sure Universal is going to do what they need to do to, give these guests whatever it is they need. hopefully I would, whatever it is they need to do to help them out. But obviously very scary situation, and I hope they can fix this so that this does not happen in the future, because that is a very scary thing to be involved in that kind of accident. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there because I found out about that really last minute, and very scary. And I know, weird transition. It's always like talking about something really like heavy, and then let's go into some fun things. I apologize for that, but I just want to put that out there. But on the topic of Universal, there is something I was really excited to talk about. Let me get that. Okay, so 3 days ago, Universal posted on social media, join us for a special preview of The Fall Guy Stuntacular Pre-Show, a dynamic stunt performance inspired by Universal Pictures' upcoming film The Fall Guy. This limited time opportunity will take place as a pre-show performance for Waterworld from April 27th to May 19th. Okay. Oops, and that was the we can't really see. It's like white and yellow. You can see. Okay, they put a little image. I put it in the thumbnail. I was not expecting that news at all. I'm extremely excited about it. I'm so excited for The Fall Guy. I am a huge Ryan Gosling fan. I already have my tickets for The Fall Guy, and I am absolutely stoked. I cannot wait to go and watch the movie. And when Universal is announced that they were going to be incorporating The Fall Guy into their parks, into a stunt show, as you guys know, Ryan Gosling plays like a stuntman in The Fall Guy, and so Waterworld is a stunt show that you can watch when you go to the park. It's a really amazing show. It's been there for a very long time. So I think having a Fall Guy stunt pre-show to Waterworld is absolutely magnificent. It is the perfect way to market this film in their parks, and I really hope, I am planning on going there to hopefully check it out before it ends, like before they, until the length of how they have the show out. I can't wait to check it out, hopefully. It sounds really cool. I think it's awesome that Universal has continued to incorporate a lot of their movies into their parks. I think that's absolutely the best way to market films and TV shows and all these things. I always say that, like, every time I've seen like a horror movie of recent, like I was talking about Abigail, I hope they have Abigail at Halloween Horror Nights. It'd just be such a fun maze. And I think Universal, they have so many ways to place and market their films into their parks that they could just do so much. And I'm really excited with this Fall Guy news. I think it's going to be amazing, and I'm really excited, and I hope to check it out and give you guys my review on that. Super, super stoked about it. So yeah, that was just little news coming out of Universal, so can't wait to see how that goes. Okay, but so I didn't have room. As you guys see, I made my thumbnail Homelander and Starlight and The Fall Guy. I wanted to put other things, but it just wouldn't fit. So I want to talk about some other stuff that came out. Okay. So, for those of you guys who may have heard of the show from back then, Pretty Little Liars, it was a huge show back in the day, but in my opinion, the writing became just so terrible, and the show just didn't end on a great note, at least in my opinion, for me. But I did love it in its earlier seasons. So then I think either it was last year or 2 years ago, Max, HBO Max, now it's just Max, came out with their own kind of like a reboot of Pretty Little Liars called Pretty Little Liars Original Sin. I believe that was the first, what it was called. And on May 9th, they're going to drop the second season called Pretty Little Liars Summer School, which is basically the sequel season to that reboot. And so they dropped the poster there, and they also dropped the trailer, and it's just so good. But I wanted to kind of talk about the show itself. And, honestly, I think that, usually when you do reboots, I feel like they're never as good as the original. But I absolutely loved the first season of this reboot, Original Sin. It was so good. It has really nothing to do with the original Pretty Liars show. This is all new characters, completely different. But I'll tell you the one thing that I really like about it it has a huge horror element. It is a very slasher horror series. So if you're into that, I think you'll really like this show. It also pays homage to a lot of, horror movies and stuff. There's a character in the show that I really like, and she's very horror movie crazed, and just movies in general, and she'll reference them a lot, and I think that's cute. Kind of like Randy from Scream. And it's just a great show. I love the characters. I think they have a lot more depth. And, it's just really great. I really love it. I think you should check it out. Especially, like I said, if you're into the horror slasher stuff. Even if you weren't into the original Pretty Little Liars and didn't care to watch it. Like I said, this show has really... They reference some things from the original show, but it's nothing like... super like all the time, you'll see it and it's kind of like, oh, okay. But there's also some things that, I'm glad that they kind of show that it's not a right thing. So one of the things I want to talk about with that is if you watch the original Pretty Little Liars, the Ezra and Arya relationship was just so inappropriate. Right? Especially for her being in high school. I don't know how that was ever a thing for them to romanticize. But this show completely, there's a scene where they completely show this is not right. And I love that because, I just don't think we should be putting that kind of stuff in media, especially for when your audience is young girls. That's crazy. So I'm so glad that this show went back to show that that's actually not okay. And I hope they continue to do that. So I'm really excited for the second season. They dropped the trailer. So I highly recommend if you haven't checked out the first season, binge watch. It's totally binge worthy. And then check out, the new season when it drops on, what was the date? Yeah, May 9th on Max. May 9th. Ooh, it's just gonna be so, and it's summer school, so it's gonna be a slasher summer. This is gonna be fun to watch. I can't wait. Yeah, it's just so good. Oh, but if you guys are Pretty Little Liars fans, you might remember the actress Annabeth Gish. She played Dr. Sullivan in Pretty Little Liars. So she's gonna be in the second season. So there are things from the original series that they are bringing in. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, okay. They tweeted that last year. Okay. Yeah. So she's definitely in the second season. I don't know if they are going to bring the girls, the original Pretty Liars girls in the show. From what I remember, I don't think they were in the first season. I don't think so. But honestly, I feel it's just, they should just kind of focus on the girls of this new show. I think they're so interesting, they're so compelling, and they completely own the show. They don't need to lean on the original series to make it interesting. Like I said, it's a very, very exciting horror slasher mystery element. Like I said, if you really like Scream and the Halloween movies, you're gonna love this series, and I highly recommend you checking it out. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about, and I think those are kind of my main topics. I couldn't fit out Pretty Little Liars into the thumbnail because it was already so crowded, but I think that's kind of it. But let's just do a scroll. I always do a scroll through social media. Oh, one thing I really want to talk about. Again, this was news that I just kind of found out. Let me go find that. I think it's really important to talk about. Let's see. Oh, by the way, I think. Oh, okay. So a new poster for Deadpool Wolverine dropped. That is so funny. Love that. I think they're going to drop another trailer soon, they were saying. Oh, it releases tomorrow. Okay, so that'll definitely be something. I'll see if I make a separate video for that or if I just cover it on In the Universe. I might just cover it on In the Universe next week, but we'll see. But okay, I want to get to that news I saw. Oh, okay. So, I guess maybe I missed this news where there was going to be a Blair Witch Project reboot. But let me just read the tweet first. Shout out to Discussing Film. This from them. Okay, so the cast of the Blair Witch Project have released a statement ahead of the original's 25th anniversary and a new reboot, asking for residual payments for the film, which they never got. Yikes. consultation on future projects where their names and likeness are used, and a 60,000 annual grant to an aspiring filmmaker to aid in making their first feature film. Okay, so sorry, I'm just reading what people are saying. Then yeah, this is just crazy. So I didn't even know that they were planning on making a reboot to the Blair Witch Project. I had no clue. But I think that's crazy that the cast never got residual checks. This is obviously a huge issue in Hollywood, as you guys saw with like the SAG strike and all that. That movie is so popular, and it's crazy to me that they would never get residuals for that. And so I totally agree with them. I'm totally on their side of, getting this and getting the rights for all this stuff, especially if they're going to profit, off of making a new film. And if the cast doesn't get anything and they literally made that film, because I believe it was them who were the film. Hold on, let me look this up really quick. I believe it was the ones who were in the film, and they just made it like that, right? Like they produced it too. Let's see. Yeah, it came out in, 1999. I'm pretty sure it was the cast who, they made it, because they just filmed it like that, right? Let me see. Well, Heather Donahue, Joshua Leonard, yeah, I mean, and they use their, same names in the movie, too. So, and I don't know, I think they made, another, Blair Witch sequel, some type of years ago. It wasn't very good. I saw it. I personally wasn't a fan. But yeah, no, I totally agree with the cast, being hey, we need to be compensated. It's crazy to take, an original story that was so popular, that was made a lot of money, all this, and to be yeah, well, we're gonna, reboot it but not give them anything. Yeah, totally disagree. I hope they get what they're asking for, because I think that's absolutely insane to just be Hollywood needs to do better, man. You need to start paying your creatives. You need to pay them what they deserve. They're the ones who come up with this stuff, these ideas. They're out there doing the work. Absolutely on their side, 100%. Okay. I don't want this to go too long. I apologize. I feel like I was a little bit all over the place today. I didn't have my facts straight. I appreciate sometimes it gets a little cloudy, you guys. I get a little too overexcited. But I am super excited to continue to talk more about The Boys season 4, of course, coming up. Cannot wait to cover that, guys. Super stoked. With Universal having that studio tour, hopefully they can get things fixed with those trams so we can avoid some accidents, because that would be really bad. But I really do hope to get out there to check out all that stuff and the Fall Guys show. Oh, so excited about that. And yes, Pretty Little Liars. I don't know if I'm going to cover Pretty Little Liars episode by episode. I might just review the whole series when that's been out, but we'll see how that goes. But I hope you guys enjoyed another episode of In the Universe with me. If you guys are subscribed to the channel, thank you so much for staying subscribed and checking out another video. I really appreciate you guys, staying here and checking out the videos, and even some of you guys when you leave comments, that makes me just so happy, you guys. I can't thank you enough for that. And if you guys aren't subscribed, I would love to have you be a part of my universe. If you want, no pressure. I do my weekly show in the universe where we cover entertainment topics that drop during the week, and I also cover conventions, just fandom stuff, movie reviews, all kinds of stuff like that. So yeah, I'd love to have you guys. Guys, thank you so much for checking out yet another video. I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video, everybody. Take care, guys, and I will see you guys really soon.